Today I'm bringing you a video on how to start your business. I've broken it down into 3 steps. Let's dive in. So, you probably already have a business idea, which means you already know what you're selling or maybe a service you're going to be providing. So you've made the decision, I want to take this idea, my product, my service, and I want to put it out there to start selling and earning money. So I want to congratulate you for the first step in deciding to do this. First thing that you need to do is branding. What is branding? Branding essentially is the look, feel, and personality behind your brand. It doesn't matter if you're a freelancer, a photographer, videographer, you're selling a product, you're a professional, maybe you're a local coffee shop or a bakery or some boutique shop. All those companies need to have branding. When it comes to branding, the first thing you have to do is create a look behind your business. So what colors are you going to be using? What does your logo look like? What is the name of your business? What pictures are you going to be using? Are there icons? Are there lifestyle images? Are there product images? You have to determine the look of your brand. Think about some of the largest brands out there. You've got like Target and Starbucks and Google and Yahoo, Coca-Cola, and so many other companies. But when you go to their website and when you look at their brand, they have a very unique look. They've crafted their brand around a design, a concept. They're trying to have a look that provides you with an emotion that you want to fall in love with. So the first thing you need to do is establish a really well done look to your brand. I recommend going out and looking at other brands, seeing what other people are doing, get some ideas, see what you need to put together, and ultimately craft a look that is unique to you, that stands out in the marketplace that you're in. The second thing in branding that you need to do is create a feel. What kind of feeling are you trying to get from the consumer, right? When people visit your website, they look at your logo, they read a pamphlet brochure, maybe you send out mailers, you do a billboard or Facebook or Google advertising. It doesn't matter where it's at. What you need to be asking yourself is, what feeling is my brand trying to grab from that consumer? Are we excited and energetic? Is it a more serious, emotional type of connection? Or maybe really upbeat and funny? Figure out what the feeling you're trying to get from your consumer, because it'll help you in selling your product. The last thing that you need to do when it comes to branding is create a personality behind your brand. Just like a person, right? When you talk and carry a conversation with a person, you get that connection with them. You understand who they are, how they talk, and the messaging they use. Your brand's not any different. If you're launching a company, the first thing you need to do is really establish a really well done personality. Have it come through in every area of your brand, from how you word things on your website to the digital advertising you put out there. Make sure it's a personality that matches that look and that feeling, and where customers just want to be involved and carry a conversation with you. Second thing that you need to do when launching your business is to create a website. Now, you can't create a website without doing branding. You don't even know what to put on it. You don't know what to display, what colors you're going to use, or any of it. So I encourage you to do the branding first and then start on your website. When creating a website, it is extremely important to design and build out a really well looking and functional website. It's extremely difficult to do because a lot of us are business owners. We're not web developers. So these people have special skill sets in designing and creating customer journeys and flows and messaging behind a website. But if you're like most people, it's up to you and you have to do it. So here's my recommendation. If you're doing it on your own, I have a simple process that helps me go through building out a website. The first thing that I want to do is figure out the wireframing. What is that? The wireframing is essentially a design. It's a mock-up of what I want my website to look like. So essentially, I'm going to get a pad of paper, a pencil. Maybe I'll use my computer. If you're used to some computer programs, you're more than welcome to use it. But just put your vision on paper. What it's going to help you do is not only help you streamline the process, you're not going to get hung up on how to actually build your website when working in your website tool. I find it really difficult when I'm trying to design and I'm trying to build and I'm trying to do them at the same time. Do the designing and then do the building, so you can focus on just the building when it comes that time. Another huge element to a website is the customer journey. What's a customer journey? Well, simply put, a customer journey is the progress or the flow, the roadmap that a customer takes when navigating your website. How do you actually go about building a customer journey? Well, it's a little more difficult than most people realize, but you need to think about the consumer, who they are, where they're at, and what their age is, their income is. All these things play a factor in how that person's going to interact with your brand. Are they younger? Are they older? These things play a part in what buttons that person may click, how they'll navigate your website, and what kind of messaging you need to put. You should know what you want the customer to do. Do you want them to buy something? Do you want them to contact you? Do you want them to subscribe to a blog? That is your end destination. You're trying to get the customer from the time they enter your website to whatever final destination you set up and want them to accomplish. So your goal is to create a customer journey that slowly sells them, gets them interested in your product, your service, your company, so they can reach that end goal and eventually do whatever it is you want them to do. So when you create a website as a brand, there's a couple of things that I think you need to focus on when creating a website. The first thing is potentially blogging. A blog is a phenomenal way for search engine optimization. People today are looking for information. They're watching videos like this one, or they're Googling something to learn something new. And so you have a better chance of reaching your target audience if you create a blog and that blog post ranks in certain search terms. We have a much better chance on ranking for a blog post than we do just our generic website. So I recommend that you consider blogging, create a successful blog roadmap, what you're going to be talking about, focus on those keywords and how you can get your blog to rank better. If you're new to the whole website thing and you're like, well, I really don't know where to go to look for a website, there's a lot of options out there. Now, if you're an e-commerce site, you might pick something like a WooCommerce, which is built on WordPress, or maybe a Shopify website. It doesn't really matter where you're going. You really need to identify what kind of channel you're on. Now, we work primarily in WordPress, which we love WordPress and we're really good at, but that's more of a personal opinion. I feel like it's really flexible for a lot of businesses, and it's been around for a really long time, and I think it's about 29% of the websites out there today are built on WordPress. They dominate the market. Now, that's not to say that you can't build a really good website using, Shopify or Squarespace or one of these other type of website builders, but I really do believe in WordPress, so I encourage you to maybe look at that. If that's a little too daunting or maybe you're scared about using it, here's a couple things to consider. Whatever website platform you use, just make sure you build a website that meets the requirements in your wireframing. However you need to accomplish your brand and your vision and your goals need to come through on your website. So make sure you pick a platform that you can build your website and grow as well. Your business hopefully is going to grow, so you want a website that can grow with you. Sometimes when you pick like a Wix or a Squarespace, they limit you in what you can do, and eventually as your business grows, you're gonna have to go back to the drawing board and change website providers anyway. So I encourage you to look at something where you can stick with it for a year or two without having to go through a massive redesign. So if you're stuck on where to buy hosting or how to start your website, if you're thinking about WordPress, I highly recommend a company called SiteGround. We love them. They're a massive hosting company. They have phenomenal support. They're some of the lowest prices in the industry. They have amazing server speeds and everything. So I encourage you to check them out. I'm gonna put a link in the description for you guys. So if you're interested and you don't have a hosting company, or maybe you don't like the one you're with, I recommend SiteGround. Click on the link, go check them out. They're just phenomenal, and they're great for a lot of different businesses. We've run big e-commerce companies, massive blogs, and even small mom and pop shops that are just looking for a few hundred visitors a month. They have it for everyone, and they're phenomenal. So I'll put the link in the description. Be sure to check them out. We really like them. So the third and final step in launching your business, now that you've branded yourself, you've built a website and launched it, is to actually market your business. Now, this is probably some of the most difficult parts of a business launch, is figuring out, where do I market, how do I market, and is my business really gonna grow? So what I've done is we've actually put together a couple of different videos to help you guys navigate some of the marketing channels. Be sure to go check those out. And what I want to do though today is talk to you about some generic marketing that you can look at for your business. So if you're a local business and you like to work in a local area, the first way that you can market your business is to join some type of group. Look at like the Chamber of Commerce, maybe some type of businessy network that probably meets in your area. It's a great way to meet other businesses, other owners, and to be able to sell your product. Now, if you're a consumer-driven product, means you sell something to the actual end user, you may want to look for other groups where you can network and talk to your actual target market. But a lot of businesses that sell product to other businesses, like the Chamber of Commerce or these business networks, because they're selling more of the business to business. The next way that you can dramatically help your marketing is by starting a Google business account. Now, you launched your website, hopefully, at this point. Now you need to go tell Google who you are as a business. Simply go and Google My Business, and you're gonna find a page where you're gonna be able to submit your business as a real business to Google. You tell them where you're at, what your hours are, your location, your logo. So if you've ever searched and you see on the right side this little tile that shows up when somebody Googles a business name and it gives you the information with their website and address, that is what Google is generating based on that business giving them the information. So I think that the best thing for you is to go ahead and jump out there, submit your information. Google's gonna send you a postcard in the mail for you to verify who you are, verify your account, and you'll show up better in search results. The next marketing channel you can look at is email marketing. Email marketing is a phenomenal tool to re-engage your target customer. So the first step is actually getting people's emails, and so you need to set up some type of tool or platform for you to be capturing emails. That's why we kind of recommend blogging, because it will help you to have people subscribe to your blog. Therefore, you can send them emails. It's a great way to just re-engage on a regular basis. Another great marketing channel for most small businesses is some type of digital advertising. So for example, Google Display or maybe the Facebook Display Network. Now there's a couple things to consider if you decide to go down the paid route. Paid media is a great tool and can really expand your business and reach your target customer. But you need to be patient, you need to be consistent, and you really need to learn those digital platforms. Most small businesses that fail on Facebook and Google is because of their messaging, their creative, how they're delivering the ads, and how they're optimizing them. It's not the channel itself that's not working, it's how the user or the business is setting up their ads. So I encourage you guys to learn about these platforms before you spend money. It's a huge waste of time and resources if you know nothing and you just simply try to advertise on those channels. Learn a little bit. The first thing you need to learn about is installing pixels and tracking codes so you can measure whatever you're doing in those paid spaces. So if you're trying to drive traffic or you're trying to get sales, you can measure and see, are they effective and are those channels working? The last advice I have in marketing your business is to actually create organic social media. I'm not talking about just the Instagram and the Facebook. I'm talking looking at every potential channel. Hopefully you know who your target market is, find out who they are, then figure out where they're actually spending their time. Is it Facebook? Is it Pinterest, Twitter, Instagram? Figure out where they are. Once you do that, that is where your business needs to go. Social media is free. It just takes time and a lot of energy to really become successful. But consider YouTube, consider blogging, consider Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, all these amazing channels, and really try to leverage them to grow your awareness in your brand. Now, I want to caution you that it is not an overnight success. I'm not here to sell you this pipe dream that if you do this, follow these simple 5 steps, that all of a sudden in 2 months from now, your business is going to make millions of dollars and you're driving Lamborghinis and you're taking videos on boats. That's not what I'm talking about. It takes dedicated hard work. I know what that's like, and I'm trying to share with you guys some of that advice because I get it. It doesn't take 2 weeks to grow a $1 million business. It takes months or years to really build a great brand. And so I hope that you can use these tips to grow your brand. I want to thank you so much for watching this video. If you loved it, please give us a thumb up, like the video, click the subscribe button and follow us and go watch some of our other videos. It would be greatly appreciated. Try to share it with your friends if you think there's someone out there that can benefit. Be sure to look in the description for more information and continue the conversation in the comments. I want to hear from you. How did you launch your business? Was there something that we didn't talk about today that you think is important for other small business owners to take advantage of? Please share with us in the comments, and we will see you next time. Thanks a lot, and have an epic day.